What is up, everyone? DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today I just want to talk about some ideas on equipment protection. I think it's very important. We're going to talk about hard cases, soft cases, custom cases, and also some homemade ideas as well to get your equipment protected when you're traveling from gig to gig. I think it's a big investment when you're getting this equipment, your controllers. These are expensive things. And if you're just carrying a bare controller to your gig and you get bumped, you trip, you fall, you're just leaving things open to get damaged or broke, and then you're out the money as well trying to replace it. So I think it's really important to protect your equipment. So we're going to talk about those types of things today in this video. So thank you for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in, just know that I love to do review videos, tutorials, tech, find items, valued items, do that research for you so you don't have to, give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. Please, if this is helpful at all, give me a like or subscribe and check out my next video as well. We are steadily building a great community here at DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. So join the Martini Nation and let's get started. All right, let's jump into the video. I got a lot of stuff I want to show you. And let's just start with the most expensive stuff that you could buy. Now, if you have a really expensive controller, say like a Prime 4, that's a pretty expensive controller, you want to protect it the best you can. Now, they do make soft large cases for that, but I would actually recommend probably buying, you want to really protect that. Some of the best cases are the hard cases, the custom cases. I don't know if sometimes they call them road cases or travel cases. This is an example. This is not, an actual, but this is just an example of a road case. These are hard metal cases. They usually have, hinges on them. They can have wheels on them. They can have like almost like a luggage type handle, like this one does. But this is a hard case. They usually have custom foam inside them where you can, cut out exactly what you need for your controller or for the item that you're trying to protect. And you can see, and then it has custom foam here that you can cut out or design however you want. I might kind of just tilt this up a little bit, but you can see the items tucked in foam very, very well. It's not moving anywhere. It also has the controller and cables. Everything is there for that item, and you know where everything is. It's all there. There's no extra thought to it. It's just all packed away, ready to go, ready to pull out and set up. So these are very, very nice. And like I said, some of my favorite ones are from the Odyssey company. They can range from $150 to $400-$500. depending on the item you're trying to protect. So definitely expensive, but at the same time they're worth it if you are constantly traveling, if you're like a band or something like that. If you're constantly traveling, or a traveling DJ that's putting this equipment on airplanes or flights or things like that, and you're not taking it with you, you're actually putting it through the airplane luggage or something, you need a case like that to protect these items for sure, absolutely. And even then, you never know what can happen. But I have shipped some stuff in Odyssey cases, and I've so far so good. So just to put that out there, that's one type of case there. The second one, in my opinion, but they consider them soft cases. But this is one from Case Matrix. And this is a really good case, actually, in my opinion. This was relatively cheap. This one was like 40 bucks. And so this is an absolute steal. I'll leave a link for these. But this is from Case Matrix. And this fits, a couple different controllers that I have. Some of my smaller controllers. I think I could put an NX4 FX in this. I think I was putting my Hercules 200 in this as well. I don't know if my Hercules 500 would fit in this. I don't think it would, but I definitely have a different case for that. But these are nice. They still have some, like they're hard at the same time. It's like a hard shell, but I think they still consider them a soft case. So, but they do have good foam in it. They have handles. I actually have an extra handle to hook up to here, so I can, like a shoulder strap. hard bottom, like I said, so it's kind of like a shell, and that does cover your controller that you put in here very, very nicely. Also, big important thing is the zippers. You want to make sure that they're super strong and they can last over time, and the punishment of, you know, putting these in your car and stuff like that. So case matrix, pretty good case. I also have Pro X case that's a little bit bigger. Will fit a couple different controllers as well. That's the kind of the key for me, at least. I have, most of my controllers have their own case, but if they need to share, I need to make sure that I can put a couple. I try to buy like universal sizes, that way I know I can put a couple different controllers. So to get that, you might have to buy a particular case and definitely measure your controller, and just know that sometimes the inside diameter of these cases is a little bit shorter than, of course, the outside. So you want to make sure you know the inside diameter of these cases and compare that with the controller size. So just something to put out there, information. Rockville case. Now this thing is heavy because I actually still have my controller in it. And I actually do have a Rane One in this particular one, and I'll be doing a video on that really soon as well. But it has plenty of room. There is some padding on the inside, but it's pretty light. But it does have a nice pocket. It has the shoulder strap. It has good handles. Like I said, more pockets. Like I said, I could put more stuff in it. So it definitely has a lot of pockets for cables and things like that. And then here's the actual controllers in there. Like I said, it has these nice straps that come over it with some pads. Now, like, there is some padding in here, so it is nice, but it's not super, you know, I would still consider this like a soft case in my opinion. But yes, works very, very good. And this is about $89, but like I said, universal, that you could use it for a couple of different controllers depending. Just make sure you measure those sizes so you know what's going on. All right, put that to the side here. We went through some soft cases, some hard cases. The next thing I want to talk about is a custom case that I built with a plastic storage tote. Yes, I might take a little gruff for this, but this is easy to do and it absolutely works. So I've been using these for years, and I actually store my controllers in some of these as well, because I actually store my controllers in my garage sometimes, and I want to make sure that it's kind of sealed and at the same time protected if I have to store them, if I know I'm not going to be using them for a little bit, and those types of things. And this works, but this also could work as a case to travel in your car with. All I did was I took a clear plastic tote, and I'll leave a link for this one. This is an Iris. But I like these ones because they're for technically under the bed, so they're low profile, they're a certain size, they're not like huge or anything. Also, the ends clamp onto the lid. I don't know if you can see this, but I can click these, and so they clamp onto the lid. And then when I open this, like I said, all I did was hot glue gun some foam in here, and this was extra foam that I had from doing, you know, some wall treatments and stuff like that. I had some, but you could go buy at Home Depot, or not Home Depot, but maybe like Hobby Lobby or something like that, some kind of craft store. You could buy foam and you could do the same thing easily, or you can go on Amazon and buy these. You know, you can get like 6 of these or 12 of these for like 15 bucks. So it's pretty inexpensive to get this done. So this whole project would be around probably under $60. And like I said, it works just as good as some of these hard or soft cases. And like I said, I do use this, like I said, to store equipment. And like I said, I have a controller in here right now. I also have the plug in here. I filled the whole bottom with foam, so the whole bottom has foam in the bottom of the case as well. And like I said, when it's pretty thick, I got the thickest foam I could get. I think this is 2-inch foam. And so when it goes down on the lid, it kind of puts a little pressure on the controller so it doesn't slide around a lot as well. And like I said, I like how the clasps fold down on the lid, so that way I don't have to worry about that lid falling off. And so that is a nice little option. You could leave it clear. I took a can of Plasti dip, which is a rubberized coating spray, 1 can, sprayed it on here, used the whole can on it, put a lot of coats. That way it kind of has some protection on here as well. So pretty cool. It's also black, so you can't see inside the case to see what's in it. So pretty cool. And like I said, cheap little project, like I said, and it was very, very easy to do, and it was under $60. Like I said, I probably did it. Like I said, I had some of the things already, so that was pretty much the cost of the Plasti dip, which was $8 at Walmart, and the case, which was $35. So under $50, and I have a little case for my controller. So that is an option. Like I said, some people maybe don't have a lot of money for these extra cases. This is just one way to get it done, and hopefully it might help somebody out there. Last but not least, if you cannot afford anything, one thing I would suggest is keep the box. Why not? Usually the boxes, they have already pre-made stuff to keep your controllers. So this is my Impulse 500 box right here. And you notice if I open this up, on the inside, it has the little cardboard the controller in already. And then, like I said, I can just put my controller in here, close the box. This is actually a nice box that has the two little pieces that secure in here nicely. So that is an option too, and I know I might get some flack for that, but like I said, I have no problem taking the box. I've actually got asked about that a couple of times. They're like, is that a new controller? Did you just get that? And I'm like, yeah, I just bought all my equipment on eBay right now. And it's a nice little joke, gets a little laugh, but definitely, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I can take that controller wherever I want. It's at least going to protect it in case I, give it a little drop, bump it, those types of things. Protect it from the weather as well if it rains, and I'm not really worried about the box, right? Now if you let it sit out in the rain, yes, that thing's going to get soaked and you might have some issues, but still a little bit of protection that will keep you up and moving if you need to throw it in your car or those types of things, and you can still protect that item that you have in there. All right, so a couple other things I want to talk about is taking other equipment like maybe your mixers, your microphones, and other equipment. Now I actually have a big utility toolbox that I use as an option, and I got it at Walmart, and it was super inexpensive. Carry your extra cables and things like that, maybe some extra equipment that you might need during a gig. And the only reason I pick things like that is because it does look professional. It's portable with the wheels and a handle. I do have an item like that, but other things that are ideas that you can carry is just like a backpack. And like I said, I've had this backpack for years, this old JanSport backpack. It's huge, so I can fit a 17-inch laptop, or I can fit a pretty good backup controller in it as well, and I always do. But you can fit it has all kinds of pockets and things like that. So any kind of backpack that you still have around the house can be used to carry your equipment. If you want to buy something a little bit more DJ perspective, they have bags like this this is from the Sanjit company, and this has, the only thing that makes this anything different than like a gym bag is that it has more pockets, and it also has a way for you to modify your own pockets as well. But if you wanted to go buy an expensive gym bag, you could do that as well, but that could carry a lot of your extra cables that you need, microphones, headphones, things like that, and a gym bag still looks pretty good. But this has individual little pockets, like I said, pretty cool, that you can kind of design your own little pockets. It comes with a bunch of little sleeves to be able to do that with. Like I said, you can take some of these sleeves out. They have Velcro on the inside of the bag. It has 2 strips of Velcro, which are pretty small, but it has 2 strips of Velcro in there that you can, like I said, modify these. The Velcro is pretty sticky, but it's not the best because it's kind of small. I wish it would have been a little bit wider, but for the most part, they will stick in there, but you can easily remove them as well, but you heard that. And so you just stick those in there though, and close them on the Velcro, and then you have little pockets that you can put. Like I said, this bag I do use. This is gig tested, but I have my microphones in them. I have some extra cords in here in some of the pockets that I might need. So I have all kinds of stuff. I sometimes put my mixer in here. If I take a mixer, if I have a controller and maybe a little mini mixer, maybe my Gemini, a little mini mixer, I'll put that in here as well, with a separate place for my headphones and then my microphone. And so pretty cool. I also have some microphone covers in this top pocket. Might put some extra batteries in there for your microphones and things like that. So just a nice little gym bag case that has a lot of pockets. That way you can load it up with all the extra things that you might need for a gig. So now once you start getting things like this, you're getting more organized, which means you're gonna know where your stuff's at. And then when you get to your gig, you're like, boom, I know all my stuff's in here. Plus my controller is in this nice box or case. And then my speakers are also in a nice, tote or case as well. And like I said, all pretty convenient. Make a couple trips to the car, bring all your equipment in, and you're ready to set up. So it's not only helping you stay organized, but it's helping you work faster because you know where everything is and you're not bringing in all kinds of bags and stuff. So, a good sized bag, and you're able to, carry all the equipment that you need in one trip instead of 5 trips with smaller bags or things like that. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is speaker bags, of course, because you definitely want to protect those speakers. And so I'm a big advocate of Gator. Gator bags have worked really good for me, so I'm still a big fan of them, and I like them that they have custom or universal type bags that will work for all kinds of stuff. And so I want to say that they have some. This is more of like a felt material on the inside. It's not super padded, but it's enough protection that it's going to keep scrapes and scratches off. It's not going to offer drop protection, but it's going to offer scrapes and scratches, which does save your equipment from looking all terrible. And so this has been a big lifesaver for me, because I used to just throw my speakers in my car when I first started, and they would be looking terrible a couple years down the road, and I'd be trying to figure out how to make them look better. So these bags also help carry them. I don't know if you try to just carry a speaker with the handle, but it's nice to have these bags with the shoulder straps as well. This has a shoulder strap, and you can throw it on a shoulder strap. Also has extra pockets, so you're not just carrying the speaker, but it has maybe the plug for the speaker, for the wall plug, and it also has the speaker wire that you're using to connect it to whatever your controller is. So it has everything in there already. So once you get down, like I said, it's keeping you more organized. Everything's together. When you're doing your pre-pack, getting ready for a gig, you're like, okay, the speaker's there, it has the wire, and it has the plug. I don't have to worry about that when I get to the gig. So yes, it just keeps you organized and things like that. But the Gator bags, like I said, they make some custom size stuff for certain speakers, but they have a lot of universal stuff, which that one is a universal tote for a 12-inch speaker. But they have 15s, 10s, all kinds of stuff. They also have some other controller type bags, or any kind of equipment that you're looking for. They probably have some bags that would work. Other than that, I think that's about it. I kind of talked about everything. I just want to talk about some of the companies that I talked about today that have worked for me and that have been a value as well. But we did talk about all kinds of gear protection, including some homemade stuff, or even just keeping the box could offer some protection for you. But we did talk about the Odyssey company. Like I said, if you want a little bit expensive, but if you want some really good protection, those cases are metal, and they're hard cases, and they're really going to protect your stuff with the foam and everything that's in them. They're also pretty cool that you can kind of modify the foam inside to fit your stuff really, really good. So, but Harmony and Magma also make great hard cases. Also, you could invest in some deck savers. I can show a quick picture right now of what a deck saver looks like, but it's basically a cover that goes over your controller just to protect the top of it. But it's more for like when you're away from it, or if you're trying to use it as like a dust cover and things like that. It will just kind of protect some things if somebody maybe's like, if you're not at your controller and you want to just put it over it, so if somebody were to like fall on your controller, or something were to fall onto that controller, it would protect the top from getting wet or things like that. They can save you a little bit, and that's why they're called a deck saver. But that's an option as well that I'll just throw in there. I'll leave a link as an example for one if you want to just take a look at it, and then you can look up for whatever you need it for. Some of the companies, Gator, like I said, the Gator bags are great. Pro X, is a great case. I have a bunch of cases from them. LT Gym makes really good smaller cases. So if you have a smaller controller, they make headphone cases. I have some headphone cases from them that work really good. So if you want to protect your headphones a lot, they have cases from LT Gym. Great little company that sell at a great value as well. And finally, Rockville is a good company that makes some decent cases. Like I said, I have that one. It was $89, and it does fit the Rane One, and it works really good. It has a bunch of pockets, has some padding on the inside that works pretty decently and would definitely protect that controller. So the last thing I'll talk about is the Iris USA under the bed plastic tote that we talked about. Could be a homemade little project. So not only can you store them at home, but you could use it as a case too for travel, at least to your gigs. And that was, you know, $36 plus some foam that you could get from your local craft store or order some on Amazon. Relatively cheap. That could be an easy $50 project that still would offer you good protection for your item as well. So hopefully all that was helpful. Went through a lot of stuff, went over some ideas that you can use, including just saving the box. That could save you some money, and you know, you could still protect that controller going from your gig to gig and things like that. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If this is helpful, give me a thumbs up. Just wanted to kind of give you some ideas on item protection, your controller protection, speaker protection, things like that. Give you some ideas and let you know that I think that is a big deal. Definitely want to protect that equipment that you're paying a lot of money for. So, and it makes you kind of look a little bit more professional when you're going to your gig and you don't have all kinds of weird stuff. You just have a case or a box or something, and you're not making 50 trips to your car to get each and every item out. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you really soon on the next video or tutorial or item review. Catch you soon. Thank you so much.